We're starting with mental imagery. So this is the athletes taking an image of themselves in an environment where they were performing successfully, and it's very specific. So we want to incorporate all senses: sight, sound, hearing, feeling, smell, everything. And what we can use this for is it helps them improve their motivation, self-efficacy, focus, and reduce negative thoughts. So depending on what the athlete is using the imagery for, you can tailor it to specific types of theories and pieces in sports psych. So an athlete who maybe is trying to get back from an injury, we may tailor the imagery towards motivation. Or if they're trying to improve their belief, then we're going to look at how we can use past performance to improve their self-efficacy. So different types of imagery for different people. And how we can improve that imagery is with a specific script. And this is a really good tool that we as sports psych consultants are able to use, and it helps the athlete remember these specific and successful moments in their career. And what we really want to do is make them super, super specific. So an athlete may come to you and say, well, I scored a goal one time and I felt really good about it. That doesn't bring back that feeling that they felt when they were in that situation. So we need to expand on that and say, all right, well, what was the play leading up to that? How did you feel in the morning? What did you eat that day? What did your coach say to you in the locker room? Or did you tune everything out and you just felt like you had complete control over everything you did? And we take that and then we tailor it into that script using all the different senses that they saw, that they felt, that they heard that day. Maybe they smelled a cheeseburger while they were taking a shot. And super important is it has to be in their voice. So I'm not going to write it for them or say it for them, because it doesn't then connect back to them personally. So we want to make sure that everything is written in their own word or spoken in their own voice. So now how can we improve this even further? And this is where the technology comes in. So Dartfish is something we have here in the computer in the lab, but it's also something that you can use on any iPhone, iPad, and I'm not 100% sure about Android, but I'm pretty sure they have it as well. It's super easy to use. It helps with distance. So if you're working with an athlete and they may be going on a away trip, or you're working with someone in a different country, you can have them send you the video. You can then cut it, trim it. They send you the audio file. And you put it all together to them, and you can share it online, and then they're able to view it. So that helps with that. And even can go on the field and use it with them. So if you're in a practice setting, or maybe at halftime during a game, you can take film from them and go right to them and say, hey, like, I saw this, and let's look at the imagery script we came up with. It's like a perfect situation of what just you're trying to do. And then that they can look at it, boom, use it in the second half. It primarily was used originally as more of like a technical and tactical assessment. So it's more for coaches, but we like to then can take it further and use it as consultants as well. So this is a picture of the original iPad app, but I'm going to show you what the updated one looks like in a little bit. So this is a tag. So you have the video file, and then you can create these tags or pictures. And within the picture, then you can see the lines, the degrees, drawing, all that. That's something that you could do as more of a coaching side. But then you can incorporate self-talk. You can put that right onto that tag. So they watch it, and then they see right there, okay, here's the self-talk that I should be using in this situation. Down at the bottom, you can also scroll back and forth, and then there's also a way to then incorporate your audio into it. So you have that whole written imagery script that you did with the athlete. They can then put it right into the video file, see it, hear it, both at the same time, so they're just getting more and more reinforcement of this successful moment that they're trying to then recapture in the future. Computer app, pretty much the same thing. The biggest difference originally was that you could do side-by-side video, so you could be comparing them to someone of similar skill, and showing them, okay, you're doing the same thing as this athlete he's at another level, but you can see that both of you are successful. That helps them believe in themselves as well. You can always do the tagging, the drawing, notes, audio, that's all incorporated as well, which I'll show you right now. So this is the one that we have on the computer. You go to this analyzer, put into your file, and then you have this storyboard here. This storyboard is where the pictures or the tags would go. So you have your 10 tags in there. You can go back and forth with them, have the audio recording in there as well, and then all your drawing tools, text, you put the self-talk in there as well. So it's pretty much the same thing, but just housed in that computer in the room over there. And then this is that side-by-side feature that you can use as well. But I'll show you now, they just updated the iPad version, so you can do it in there as well, which is great. And I'm pretty sure it's a free or $5 at most, so it's worth a buy. So what does this mean for Sports Psych? That, like I said, that ability to view something and hear it with that positive feedback, with that imagery script all together is going to boost motivation, self-efficacy, confidence, just belief in their ability to be successful in the future. And you could have specific to different athletes, so if someone's working on their belief, helps their improvement there. Motivation to return to injury after play, I think it's something that could be really helpful for an athlete that had just a serious injury, but it wasn't something that it was kind of a fluke injury, and you can just show them then, all right, here's 10 minutes of you doing the same thing successfully that the one time you had an injury. And the more they see that, I'm like, okay, this was just that one-time thing, I can come back, I can still be at that level that I was at. It shows them that that is possible for them. Decreasing anxiety, you could help an athlete, maybe they have pre-performance anxiety, you can make it more tailored to that. And it just helps take that imagery to another level, combines everything together, and then adds in that athlete's voice into the imagery script as well. So they're not just reading it in their head, they actually hear their own voice. Like, all right, hear myself do this, seeing myself do this, I can go and do this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually show you a quick clip that I put together. Anyone watch Premier League soccer? Yeah, maybe sometime. So we got Man City versus Tottenham. So this is the updated version. So down here you can see this is not going to work. This is how you can kind of stream through it. You could have it just play itself. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at Christian Eriksen, which is 23. Where is it? Right there. So this is his imagery script. For the moment, his team wins the ball. This is that first still that you can make. And maybe you have the self-talk of burst and attack for him. His big thing was that whenever they won the ball, he just wasn't able to switch on to go forward. So that helps with him getting forward. Win the ball, they're going forward now. And then in the box, he would have just momentary, he'd have that quick anxiety, that state anxiety where he would just freak out in front of goal. And so you want to have him remember his touch is one of his strong points. That's his big skill thing with him. And that just take a deep breath when you get that moment in front of goal. Help him relax, remember that he has the ability to score here. Same thing when he's actually going to take the shot. Remember, composure in front of the net, and you can score, just put it in the net, finish. Finish is a better word than shoot or score in soccer, so you want to always tailor it to the sport. And finally, just love. Have fun and love it. So that's a quick example, and then you can also do now the side-by-side in this as well, so if you wanted to do that. And then at each still point, you're capable of doing, this is your drawing tool down here, your audio file down here in the left corner. You've got all your different things that you can use here, different colors, so you can always have a fun time with that. Any questions about this? Yes?
You generally have athletes like watch the videos of themselves and do interview scripts over videos of themselves.
Yes.
Would you see any advantage of having, like, say, a soccer player here watch that video and then they talk through the good things that they see them doing and then going through that in their mind?
Seeing
like
a different athlete do it?
Right, like a successful.
Yeah, so the big thing with that is it has to be of comparable skill level. So an athlete here can't look at Erickson do this because, or most of the athletes here probably can't do that because the skill level is not the same. So you're putting thoughts of grandeur into their mind. Okay, I can do that, but they may not be able to do that. So yeah, it has to be same level or similar level. Other question? So if you ever need help kind of working through this, I'm available to show you how to use it on the computer, use it on the app, just let me know.
Can I take the video file in any format and then send it to you to do this, or does it have to be, the video itself has to be taken through the app?
No, you could have it filmed on something else. This is taken from my computer. So I recorded it off the computer and then Dropboxed it so that I could take it off of that and put it into my iPad. I'm pretty sure if you just have like a video camera, you could use that as well. As long as it's MP3, MOV, or MP4, any of those.